What is going on, everyone? Football Villain here with another trophy review and thoughts video for you today. I recently platinumed Sonic Forces on the PS4 a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the platinum journey and the DLC trophies in this game. I don't really know what to say. I went into this thinking, okay, maybe this would be one of these games that I would kind of like a little bit. Maybe it would be something different that I would kind of enjoy. And I don't know if it's just because I have never played a Sonic game, really. I mean, I think I played Sonic Unleashed back on the PS2. And, I mean, I have no ill will against the game, but it's like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it was kind of just take it or leave it. I really had no honest opinion about it. It was just kind of meh. It was really just borderline middle of the road. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's just because I've never played a Sonic game, and me picking this first was kind of like, probably better not to do that, but I don't know, man. Like, some of the stuff I did enjoy, like I think the Avatar levels in this game were really, really fun to play, actually, which kind of surprised me. I figured the classic Sonic and the Sonic, just in general, those levels, I figured I'd like those a little bit more. But, man, especially the classic Sonic modes, I mean, just what a disaster. I did not have fun with those at all. Let's just go ahead and break this down. I know that there's trophies for earning the story mode, so I don't know how many trophies are tied to the story mode, but I know there's quite a few. I'd say probably about 30% of this game you will earn for just literally just beating the story. So as long as you can complete the level once, you'll get trophies for doing that. So I think there's also a trophy for doing collectibles, and I think this is where a lot of it lies the problem. So the way the collectibles work in this game is you have red rings, you have number rings, and then you have I think they're called silver moon rings, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, you have to play the level. You have to beat the level first. You have to beat the story mode. And then once you beat the story mode, you're able to do the collectibles. So you can't even do the collectibles until you beat the story. I don't know, man. Poor choice. I guess that's just all for, like I said, get the most out of the game as much as possible. I think that's probably what Sega was trying to do here. I don't know. It just I'm not a fan of that type of stuff in games, but hey, whatever floats your boat, I guess. My buddy said this was 4 years in development as well. Definitely doesn't look like it, in my opinion, but hey, I don't know. But yeah, so you have to beat the story mode to do the collectibles. I don't know, most games you can just do the collectibles while you're playing the game. But I get why people would want to, beat the story mode, then do collectibles, just because, it opens up the map and stuff like that. But I mean, this is a game with levels, so I don't know why the collectibles wouldn't be there. So, once you do that, though, this is the crazy thing. So you're like, well, you said there's 3 different types of collectibles. There is. So once you do the number ring, or the red rings, which that's what you start out with. So you beat the story, and then you have to get the red rings. Once you find, I think there's 5 red rings. Yeah, so there's 5 collectibles for each one. So once you do the red rings, then you have to find the number rings. And just for warning, the red rings probably are the hardest, but here's where it gets interesting. So then you have to find the number rings. So once you find the red rings, then you've got the number rings, The number rings are numbered 1 through 5, and you have to go in order. So basically, you have to go 1 through 5 in order, starting from 1 to 5 on the rings. Meaning, like, if you don't go in order, then you don't get the collectibles. And you have to restart the level and do this process over again. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, probably just forcing people to replay it. You know, replayability factor, but yeah. Not a huge fan of that. Collectibles where you have to go in order. Great work. And not to mention the fact that then, after you do all of those on all levels, besides the boss levels, so there's probably about 20 levels, about 20 to 25 levels, but I'll say 20 just to be nice. 20 levels of red rings and number rings. Then, you have to do silver moon rings. And keep in mind, you can't do all collectibles in one go. You have to do the red rings first, then the number rings, then the silver moon rings. So think about it. You have to do every level at least 4 times to get plat. At least 4 times. You have to do it at least 4 times. There is no way around that. So then the silver moon rings. And I have a little bit of beef to pick with this. You have to get these rings, and they're on a timer. All 5 of them on a timer. Meaning, if you don't get them before the time runs out, and they don't give you a time, like, you know, like a ticker at the top, letting you know you only have so much time. It's just what they think, how they feel. And you have to get all these 5 rings before the timer runs out. And if you don't, you have to restart the level and do this again and again and again and again. Very frustrating. And then once you do all those, then you'll finally get all the collectibles. So I just wanted to go through that. I mean, just what a disaster, man. I don't know. The collectibles in this game are 10 out of 10. I absolutely cannot stand and hate. So if you are going for this platinum trophy, my condolences to you, man. My condolences to you on collectibles. Another thing, there's trophies for collecting all of the Wispens. So basically, in this game, you have a challenge book, and basically that challenge book will state for you to do so many different tasks of, like, I don't know, completing, I think all the stages have to be completed in a certain amount of time. You have to do certain tasks like perform a spin attack on 3 enemies in a row and 5 enemies in a row, and spin dash 3 enemies in a row and 5 in a row, and there's all these different little tasks that you have to do, and you have to complete the whole book. You have to complete the whole book, and when you complete the book, you unlock parts, you unlock Wispens, you unlock all kinds of stuff. And basically, the challenge book, they call it challenge missions. So you'll see when you play the game, there'll be a huge, like, task book. You know, do my laundry list. As you see right there in the video there, I got the trophy called Hope. You'll notice there was a challenge there that I finished. I did something with an S rank. So you have to do all the levels with an S rank as well. And you have to complete all the levels a certain amount of time. You'll see when you get in there, it's a lot. It's a lot. And not only that, there is also another trophy for getting highest honors with all 7 of the characters. So basically, there's an avatar. There's 7 different avatars. There's like dog, cat, bird, Sonic. There's all different. I think it's like 7 different animals. I think bear's in there. But I can't remember all the characters, but there is 7. I know that for a fact. And basically, you have to make 7 different characters, and you have to reach highest honors. Highest honors meaning you need to have 3 gold stars beside their, like, name at the end of the match. So, like, you'll notice like a little medal when you're playing the game. It'll be like a bronze medal. Well, you have to make sure it's 3 gold stars, and it'll say once you reach 3 gold stars, it'll say, as a dog, you have achieved highest honors, and you'll get a trophy, I think, for achieving it one time, and then you have to do with all 7 characters. So it's XP. XP, basically. That's their version of XP, is the little honors medal system there. And I do want to mention this too. There is 3 trophies tied to a thing called SOS missions. You have to complete 1, 5, and 10. Basically, for those, they will appear randomly. So you'll just be playing the game, and all of a sudden there'll be a level pop up, but it'll say like SOS. And basically, the SOS missions, you have to complete, I think it's 10 of them for a trophy, but then in the challenges, you have to do 30. And it'll be like random tasks, like there'll be a guy that needs help, and you'll notice it while you're playing through that mission. It'll be like, help me, and he'll be like trapped in a box or something, and you'll have to help him. And you'll have to complete the level. So let's say you help him and you die. Well, you just failed him. And then you have to wait for it to come back. Like, it's not one of those things you can just get. It randomly appears. So that could be pretty annoying. I think it was actually one of my last challenges I had to do. But getting 10 for the 3 trophies, 1, 5, and 10, those are not too bad. But man, when you have to do 30 on the challenge book, that could be a little aggravating. I'm not going to lie. And then there's also 3 trophies tied to daily missions, where you have to complete 3, 5, and 10 daily missions. So basically what you can do for the daily missions is they will start, I think, once you play, I can't remember, I think it's like the first 3 or 4 levels they appear, and every day you get like 2 or 3 daily missions you can do. Like, basically it's like equip a piece of footwear, or it's really simple stuff, like equip a piece of footwear, like, try to, like, complete this level. It's really like mundane and really easy tasks, like, or like equip this Wispin on this character. Like, it's really, really easy stuff, but you have to do 10 of them for 3 trophies in the game. I don't know if they're on the huge challenge board book, and you see it right there, right there in that video, on that trophy there. You can barely see it there, but you've seen the challenge book there for a split second. So right there, the fitting room, like, it'll ask you to put on different gloves or put on a piece of, like, I don't know, piece of headwear, something like that. But for the daily missions, you do have to do 10. I don't know if they're in the challenge book for doing like 20 or 30 or more, but I do remember there was 3 trophies tied to that. So just beware for that if you are going for the platinum on this game. Another thing to also note, if you are playing this game, there is free DLC. There are DLC trophies as well, but there is free DLC. It's called like Shadow something. I can't remember exactly what the DLC is. I'll have to look. Episode Shadow, that's it. You download it, very easy download, not long at all. I think it took me like a couple of minutes. And not only did it take me a couple minutes, but the DLC trophies are super easy. It took me like about an hour and a half to do. There's only 3 trophies. And you can only guess what they are. Red rings, number rings, and silver moon rings. Yeah, a lot of fun. More collectibles. So I can honestly understand why people just didn't even bother with them. Even though they were kind of easier than the base game collectibles. I could see why people just decided, you know what, I'm just not going to fool with it. I'm just not going to fool with it. I'm not having a good time with this, so why should I even bother? I really can. I can understand why people would not, want to do the DLC, even though it would be pretty easy. Especially, easier than most, to be honest. And you see right there in that video, like, you get like the rewards and the gadgets and the Wispins, and if you notice too, the medal there, like how I was talking about earlier about the earning the medals for all 7 of the characters, the highest honors. You notice there next to Sonic there was those little middle icons there. I don't know, this isn't really trophy related, but I do have to say, man, like some of these levels, if you've never played a Sonic game, they're pretty brutal, man. I have to be honest. I don't know how many times I ran level 25. I ended up stopped streaming this game because it was so brutal, man. It was just absolutely brutal. I was having a horrible time with some of the levels. I did manage to get through it, so I mean, you can push through it, man, but I get why some people wouldn't want to do it. It is pretty challenging, especially if you've never played a Sonic game. I mean, like I said, maybe that's the reason why. I know some people would kind of laugh at this and say, oh man, this looks pretty easy, but I don't know. I don't know, man. It just was not my thing. It just wasn't. I don't know. And I don't know if I'm ever going to be playing another Sonic game, but I know I do have a Sonic Platinum now, which is kind of cool, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't. All I know is this game took 4 years to develop, and I don't know. Maybe they were sipping coffee for 2 hours. I don't really know, but that's just... It's hilariously bad at some points, but other than that, I mean, like I said, the Avatar stage is really cool. I thought it ran really smooth, but the classic Sonic stages and just the basic Sonic stages, for the most part, I was not a huge fan of, especially the classic Sonic stages. Let me reiterate, especially the classic Sonic stages. Horrible. I do want to mention too, I know this video is kind of coming to an end here, but I do want to mention that there are secret missions that you have to do. I think there's 7, and I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I don't remember them being rings. I don't remember them being collectibles on the secret levels, but there might be. I don't know, but there's only 7 secret levels, and then there's another set of levels, I forget, they're called extra levels, I think there's like 7 of those as well, but you do have to do all those for Plat. And I do remember there are speed runs and S ranks for the extra levels and the secret levels, I'm pretty sure. Definitely the extra levels. I mean, you see it right here in the video. There are timed and speed runs for the extra levels. The secret levels, I don't think there are, actually. There might be, though. I can't remember. This game is just such a memory now. Especially, I mean, it's only been like 2 weeks since I platinumed this game. And, yeah, I'm trying to erase it from my memory book as quickly as possible. But I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, the secret levels, the extra levels. Oh, yeah, for the 100K rings... I made a video on that, but if you guys haven't watched the video, just run stage 7 and follow kind of my guide on how I did that. It's pretty easy, honestly. Just as long as you have the Lightning Wispin and you follow kind of my path, you should get a bunch of rings, no problem. There really shouldn't be much of an issue there. The ring collector should pop, or, well, I think it's Ring King, but ring collector popped in that portion of the video, but yeah. I'm trying to think if there really is anything else, man. I mean, the challenge book is going to take you a fat minute. I think there's also, like, defeat 10,000 enemies, but with the amount of retries I had to do, I mean, it was like a give me. The 10,000 enemies just popped. I mean, it was nothing. It wasn't like I had to grind that out. And honestly, if you really wanted to grind it out, just play the first stage. You will knock out so many enemies fast. It's crazy. But yeah, you got to S rank. And one last thing. If you are having a hard time S rank in some of the levels, if you do the daily challenges, you'll get a daily bonus activated. It's like a ×2 bonus. But it's only for so long, like 15-20 minutes. If you're playing a stage and you're having a problem with the S rank, do that. And you will S rank it, I promise you. You will S rank it because you'll get a double, basically it's like almost like double points. And it'll basically give you the S rank. Like if you can't S rank with a daily mission bonus, then I don't know, man. It's going to be really, 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 really tough for you. I hate to say it, but I think I got the challenge there. And then right here in this video, I get Ring King for the 100K. And then I think I show you guys the 3 DLC trophies for the red rings, the number rings, and the silver moon rings. Like I said, if you do want to do the DLC, it doesn't take long, I promise. The collectibles are not as bad as in the base game, but I can understand why you wouldn't want to do it. And there's only 3 levels. Repeat, there's only 3 levels in the DLC. That is it. But like I said, very easy, like an hour. Like I said, I mean, most people probably do it in under an hour if they're really good at Sonic. But, you know, like I said, 1 to 2 hours, that's basically the minimum. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or any comments, or if you need any sort of help, leave it in the comments section below, and I will try to help you as much as possible. This game, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan, man. In terms of difficulty, though, probably 5, 6 out of 10 if you've never played a Sonic game. But other than that, yeah. Subscribe also if you guys haven't already. And as always, though, I will catch you guys probably in the next video or the next live stream. But yeah, until then, you guys take it easy and have a good one. Too, like Tim was telling me that they actually contribute like all the little shit, like you fucking doing assists, you doing defending the flag, you like all that, all the dumb little shit. A lot of people don't take into perspective, like, you know, some of these guys, you know, you got some people on there that don't even play hardpoint, they just slay, you know.